Okay, I was having technical difficulties. I think this is working now. This is an old blog post from back in 2016, so 100 million years ago, and it is entitled Why Art? And it is subtitled Answers to Michael because it was a response to my friend Michael's blog way back in 2016. And oddly enough, I was talking to Michael about art today. So there you go. My friend Michael wrote a blog post at exactly the right time. Or perhaps he posted it at exactly the right time. Who knows? The point is, he wrote something, he posted it, and I read it. And it was what I needed to read at that moment. So if you're a creative, if you're a blogger or a writer or a poet or a painter or a dancer or a musician or whatever, and you worry that no one cares what you have to say, I would say this. If only one person, only one, responds to what you have to say and it moves them to do something or to feel better or to feel less alone, anything, then you have done your job. And it can feel a bit like a message in a bottle scenario sometimes. This is true. So Michael's message in a bottle, which he wrote and I responded to, he described why he loves making art. And I, too, love making art. And like Michael, I enjoy all sorts of creative pursuits. And sometimes I focus too much on the hows. So how do I do this thing technically? How do I find out this information? How much, how many, how? Sometimes I lose track of why, and you might be like that as well. Why do it at all? So in this life, we have a finite amount of time, and within our lifespans, if we're lucky, we're given choices. Not everybody has this, but why would you fill your life with the making of art or the appreciation of art? Michael's whys are in his original blog post. I think it's still available online, and they're extensive and they're well considered, and they were inspirational. They made me think about why art, and I would encourage you to consider the same thing if it's something that you're into. So here are some of my answers of why art. Making art helps me make sense of the world. I don't know if you knew this, but the world is a really confusing place. It's true. And art reminds me that there's beauty in the world, and it allows me to concentrate on that beauty instead of on some of the other aspects that I'd rather not think about. Art provides me models of how to handle the ridiculous, the absurd, and the horrible. Art touches different modalities. So art can be visual, it can be auditory, it can be tactile, kinesthetic. There's something for every mood. So if I'm in the mood to listen, there might be music. If I'm in the mood to look, there's film or drawing. If I'm in the mood to move, look out, there's dance. Art provides a way of communicating with other people. So I love it when someone else's art touches me. And I love it when my art touches someone else, even if it's only a touch of indigestion. Art is a collaborative process between people. Art provides a way to voice my opinions and to share what I think I've learned, and it allows me to learn from and about others. Art reminds me of what is possible, and in the world of art, all things are possible, and we can carry that forward into the real world, and it's inspirational. Making art is a process which requires focus on details, and focusing on details is a great way to calm yourself down. So it's a self-regulation strategy. It is a good coping mechanism. Art can be rewarding. So like a magician, there's nothing there, and then you make something, and then there's something there. And when you get close to making something that you envision in your brain, it's a great feeling. There's nothing else quite like it. And lastly, making and appreciating art is a reflective process. It is self-indulgent, but it's not a bad thing because life can be pretty demanding, and it helps you figure out who you are. So anyway, if you're a creative, I would encourage you to keep making things, keep sharing things, and ask yourself, why do you think art is worthwhile? Thanks.